have to confess, I am a millennial. I rely on my iPhone a little bit too much. Specifically, I rely a little bit too much on my GPS app. So sometimes I'll type in something like a place that I've been to 6 or 7 times before, just so I can hear the soothing robotic voice tell me where to go while I zone out, like in the car. And it like blows my mind that there are still people out there that can navigate through the forest, through terrain they've never been in before, with just a map, a compass, and a vague idea of how fast they walk a mile. And yeah, my uncle does this actually, and it just blows me away. And what's even more interesting to me is the fact that a tiny ant, who we assume is maybe dumber than us or something, I don't think that obviously, but like a tiny ant can navigate what must be extremely strenuous terrain and go far away from its nest, come back, all without the use of an iPhone. So I study an ant that goes out and forages by itself. It's a solitary forager. Forage means to go out and collect food, bring it back to the nest. And so this ant doesn't play like follow the leader in a line to the picnic basket like you might see some cartoon ants do. This ant will go out, she'll go out in the morning, she'll zigzag across the terrain, she'll dig through leaves and try to find seeds, maybe some mesquite pods, or little pieces of insect to bring back to her home. And what's interesting is she'll make all these zigzags, she'll get to the food, and then she'll make a beeline straight back to her nest. So how does she do this? So there's this scientist, his name is Rudiger Weiner. He's been studying this phenomenon in ants for decades. And basically what he's found out is that they use the same things that humans use. They have a compass, and they have a general idea of how fast it takes them to walk back to their nest. And the compass is not based on magnets like we use, it's based on the sun. So the sun's rays make a pattern that the ant picks up, and as it's walking, it can kind of judge based on how it's moving, the angles that are changing as it walks away from its nest. And the other thing that it can do is it counts its steps. And they found this out by gluing little hair bristles to the ant's legs to make it taller, so it was like walking on stilts. And it would take bigger steps, and they found that once they did this, the ant would overshoot its way back to the nest, like as it walked back to the nest. And using these two things, once they found that food, they know the direction their nest is in and how far they need to walk to get to it. But they also use a third thing that humans use, which is once they get back to their nest, or about where they think their nest is, but they don't find it, they go, where is it? I know it has to be here. And they just start to make circles all around the area until they hit where their nest is. And so the next time you look down at an ant wandering through the grass, just think about the fact that this ant will never have trouble finding its way home because of a dead battery. Thank you.